Is it true that after 40 you want to have more sex?
As a girl or a guy?
It's different for different people. Don't guys always want to have sex? I'm talking about women.
No. Women and men are very different. Women's sexual peak is, I read it somewhere, it's between 40 and 45, so around perimenopause, when your body is biologically like, this is our last chance to have a kid. You know? Like Ally McBeal was a whole show about it.
Wonderful. I watched all the episodes.
Did you?
I don't know how Americans watch so much TV. Like, what the fuck? People have seen every show. I don't understand.
Because we don't have to survive.
So then you just watch shows.
Yeah. We just have entertainment. That's the only thing that's left. At the top of the hierarchy. If you have food and water and shelter and love and support and a family and everyone's around you, all you need now is entertainment.
What about reinvesting back into society?
I mean, all that stuff comes, I guess, along the way in community and stuff. But yeah, no. The most American thing you can do is have fun. Have fun. What do you
And that's fun to watch TV. Okay.
It's a great American pastime, man. Television. You know?
Okay, well, thanks for making this reference that I am unaware of, but let's keep going.
Okay. Sorry about that. Basically, women in their early to mid 40s, and sometimes into their late 40s, for me, it lasted into my mid 50s. It was insane. Your biological clock is like, this is your last time to get pregnant.
But do you still have eggs? Like, you don't have eggs at that point.
45? Yeah, you do.
Okay.
People are still getting pregnant like whatever. People with hormone therapy or hormone replacement therapy, they're still producing eggs.
Well, that changes everything, right? The hormone replacement. Then you don't go into that.
I think I'm wrong when I said that. I don't think they're producing more eggs because I was always told, and I could be wrong because I've been proven wrong by like Google and Alexa and every boyfriend under 30 that I've had in the past 10 years. That's been like, babe, no, I don't think that's true anymore. But it was like a fact.
What?
Lots of things that I thought were true that are not true. But what I learned in school was a woman is born with a fixed amount of eggs. Once they are gone, they're gone.
Fixed amount of eggs? There's a different amount of eggs every month that are being produced.
No, I mean like in your system, in your whole entire system. Like picture a bunch of storage with eggs. And then that's what I thought, that you only have a fixed amount of eggs to produce.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
That sounds kind of bullshit to me.
Yeah,
but okay,
but
yeah.
But once you stop producing eggs, you're in menopause. Whatever, don't get a period. But I think you get hormone replacement therapy.
Yeah.
Menopause, but you don't get a period? Do you still get a period? I don't know.
You don't go into the menopause. You just don't go into the menopause. You get to have your period forever. And
I don't not want to go into menopause. It's the fucking best.
Well, listen, we're not talking about the technicality of what's happening. We're talking about what this represents, those whole...
Oh, right. So biologically speaking, what it represents is you have a last natural selection attempt at making offspring, which is like native code in your body, right? Live, reproduce. These are the things you're just like born with as an animal, right? So I think that what happens next is you start to seek out sex because the result of sex is reproduction.
And so what happens after? You're saying that people who went through full menopause, they're no longer horny? I've heard that it's the other way around.
I know so many things, right? I practiced geriatrics for so long that I've been watching people get old for 30 years. Right?
Do they fuck in the homes?
Oh, yeah. You don't know about nursing home sex?
That's
hilarious. Mm-hmm. Dementia patients. Dude, I had a whole dementia guy whose wife was in the room, in the activities room, whatever. It was like Thanksgiving or some dumb shit. Because, I always worked the holidays or whatever.
Oh, so it was a man and a wife.
Right.
In the same nursing home.
Yeah. Where would you go? If you're going to nursing home, go to the same, right? But wait. So I'm walking past him and he was like, hey. And I was like, hey, what? Arthur, what's going on? You okay? And he goes, you're put together nice.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, excuse me, Arthur? Your wife is right there. He literally ducked his head down and grabbed my arm on the side. I was like, hey, my wife doesn't need to know anything.
Did he fuck
80-something-year-old man.
Wow. Did he fuck somebody from the nursing home?
I don't know, but he clearly was a cheater since his past life because that's all you do is repeat your behaviors.
Yeah.
Especially if he thinks he's 30 again or whatever the hell. That's funny. They get horny again when they get demented. That's true.
That's crazy. So it has nothing to do with hormones because clearly he was not on hormone replacement.
It's behavioral for some people. We had a lady in her 70s. I remember when I knew about the perimenopausal increase in libido for women. I'll tell you the exact moment I found out.
Yeah.
I was sitting in clinical meeting and they were talking about this lady who was like 78 years old. And they're like, yo, she's so sexually inappropriate right now. She was grabbing male doctors, like grabbing their genitals, being like, can I get some of that?
I think this is going to be me when I get to that age.
You might be like that. We don't know. But so she was like doing all these sexually inappropriate things. And she's like, well, she's not. And she's like, she said this. So the director of nursing, who was in her 50s at the time, said, well, it's definitely not old age horniness. That goes away by the time you're in your late 50s.
What was it? Mental attraction? She was a sapiosexual?
Behaving inappropriately. So maybe it's just the behavior that she remembered. But like, I know the guys for sure, when they turn like 80 and they think they're 25, they're like, hey baby, what's up? But I don't know if it's like if it's actual like testosterone libido or if it's just like behavior. This is, I think I'm this old. I think I'm going to flirt with this girl.
I had a teacher who was in his 70s, like late 70s, and he told me that he's just as horny right now as he was when he was 19.
Mm-hmm. There are guys like that.
Insane, right?
There are guys like that. Yeah. Like, how do you think like Genghis Khan and stuff had like 80 million babies and stuff? Like, they just stayed one for a really long time. Like, okay, my dad's from the jungle, right? So like, I've been watching this kind of like craziness. There's only 2 ways to survive basic elemental living, right?
What do you mean?
There's only 2 ways for me to be alive right now. Either be really, really fertile, get pregnant every time you have sex, right? Or be really, really horny, have so much sex that you're bound to get pregnant, right? Those are the only 2 ways you get more babies out of you.
Ugh.
In a place where my grandma had 16 live births, and I have 5 uncles and aunts because only 6 of them survived out of 16.
Mm.
And my grandpa was one of...
You mean 10 of them survived?
6 survived.
Okay.
16 live births, 6 survived. 3 goes to 3rd place.
I mean, it's very common for many countries that are developing.
Right. So that's...
But that's just...
the strongest genetics then. The strongest genetics come from 3rd world births, right? Because these guys die from like malaria, typhoid fever, dumb stuff, you know?
Or COVID.
Or COVID or whatever. Like they die from things that are like really easy. Like infant mortality rates are super duper high in countries that don't have like prenatal care and all that stuff, right? But here, we're at the top of the heap. So we can keep all kinds of things alive. Like people who have all kinds of like birth related issues where like in a 3rd world country, that baby would never survive. You know what I mean? So there's like a natural selection that goes on. And I think it has to do with horniness and fertility. My mom got pregnant the first week she was married to my dad.
So you think animals are horny too, or they do it by default?
Default.
That's crazy because like it's a different whole other mechanism when it comes to animals or humans.
Yeah. There's been like studies done though that so the only ones that like pleasure themselves for fun is like dolphins or whales or
Dolphins masturbate.
or have sex for pleasure, not reproduction.
Oh, that's really cute. Imagine.
Don't quote me. It's some animal. We gotta look it up. That's worth looking up.
It's like a little fin
Yeah.
that they're
just
playing
like,
with.
Yeah. They play with their fin.
They make these noises.
That's so funny how your dolphin voice is just like your Indian accent.
Oh
That's
my
kind of
God.
hilarious to me. Did you just make that one out now? Yeah, it's the same one.
Make a better one.
Dolphin?
Yeah. Well,
I feel like dolphins click.
a little bit. Oh, there's, as they say, only one alcoholic in the family, and there's only one monkey in the family.
What does this even mean? There's only one monkey and only one alcoholic.
That I can't do that. Well, you just, like they say, there's only one alcoholic in the family.
Yeah.
You know how they say that?
Who says that?
It's like a saying that, like, there's only one
In what
alcoholic.
country?
Bro. Like,
Ooh,
in a
the
way.
Soviet Union, all of the family is an alcoholic. So I don't know where the fuck you grew up at with your sayings.
I literally, yeah. No, we're not talking about Soviet Union, but
I've never heard the saying in every family there's one alcoholic. Is that what you said?
there's only one alcoholic in the family. Yeah.
There's only one alcoholic in a family.
Yeah, it means that one person is fucked up and the other person's taking care of them. No?
That's not a saying.
Why don't you look it up?
I promise you I'm going to look it
Do
up.
you want me to look it
You
up?
look it up.
Okay.
You'd be like, where's the phrase origin, there's only one alcoholic in a family? I bet it's like a movie line or some dumb shit. Like
No.
not crying in baseball.
Okay, let's see. There's only one.
Or maybe it's not like an all-you-can-drink boat cruise where they're like, please, when you book this cruise, only one alcoholic per family.
Per family. Yeah, even though, okay, you can find immediate localized support. Okay, this is all about... Yeah.
They're like, you are an abused woman and you need to get support and a rehab.
Honestly.
That is not a phrase, Jenny.
Okay, it's not a phrase, but what they're basically saying is that there's only one kind of person.
There's only room for one alcoholic.
Okay, well, great. Thank
Maybe
you.
it's that.
Thank
but
you
it's
for
not
this
like
wonderful
a catchphrase at all. It's not like a thing.
Okay.
Which is fine.
And speaking about alcoholics, since that's not the case, but what I find fascinating is that people are still trying to find someone in this life who would cover all their needs, right? And like, they're still hoping that the person they meet, the next person they meet, is going to be like, finally the right person. But in reality, I think it's a very crazy expectation. And it's less crazy to say, hey, maybe I need 2 people in my life.
Yeah, or 3 or 10 or whatever. Maybe you're poly. You know? There was a movie about that.
Yeah.
It's like Woody Allen's last movie or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
I remember it was like randomly on HBO something. But I was a big, at the time I was watching a lot of Curb Your Enthusiasm. So it was Larry David was starring in the show. And he's this like old man producer dude, Hollywood dude, something. I don't remember the plot, whatever.
Yeah.
And he starts banging this like Lolita-ish 18-year-old, whatever.
That wasn't hard.
No, obviously it's a Woody Allen movie. But like, oh, to your point that 70-year-old men can get hard-ons, 100% they can. But that is a very slim percentage of the population. I've done this research. Dudes in their 20s, of course. Guys hit their sexual peak around 22, 23. And then it slowly starts to, if it's going to tap by the time you're 50, if you're going to tap out, you will notice at 30. If you don't notice a change at all at 30 from 20, you're one of those.
I think it's mental health. I think if you're strong mentally, you're going to be
diabetes. Okay. If you're strong mentally, what are you going to say? If you're strong mentally, you'll continue to have a strong heart-on?
Yeah, because it's mental state. Like your heart-on directly depends on how you feel as a person. Do you know what I mean? Like if you feel secure, if you feel good, but if you're constantly stressed and depressed, what kind of heart-on do you expect?
So your heart-on is entirely dependent on circulation and blood pressure.
Yeah, but like fine, this is the technicality, but I'm talking about like in general, it's all mental, it's all in your head.
Oh, you can have if you're talking about like psychological erectile dysfunction, I was trying to get it up, but I was thinking about work and this bitch is so mean.
Yeah, which is typically the situation for every guy all the time.
That's just not getting hard in your 20s or 30s and when you can't, whatever. I'm talking about like killing it every single time at 40, 50, 60. That is rare. At 40, it's like 1 in 4. At 50, it's like 1 in 5. 60, it's like rare, right? But by 70, those people, it's very funny. But you'll know, if you're a dude and your libido is the exact same at like 30, 35 as it was at 20, I mean, exact same. You could still go bang, bang, bang 3 in a row while not even exiting that pussy. You know
I love that. This is so good. If you can do that
at 30, you're probably going to do that at 40, 50, 60. Yeah. But that is a rare fucking bird, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sure you caught one once in a while.
Yeah. I've done this research for a long time, man.
Okay.
I'm paying attention.
This is good research.
So women have this thing where they get super horny, like insanely horny between like 40 and 50, roughly, right? Through menopause. And then, so a lady told me, one of my old ladies, farm lady, was like, the best way to get through it is keep having sex all the way through it.
Okay. And that helped?
Yeah. She was not wrong. And I was like, bro, I don't even have a boyfriend. She said, well, then you're going to need a couple. And she was also not wrong. She was not wrong. And right at the same time, I saw this crazy movie. And I didn't care about any of it, except for the lady, which you're not going to remember, but she used to be on 6 Feet Under. She was a sister-in-law, whatever. There was a lady in the show who used to be a religious lady, and then comes out of her shell and is like, I don't care. She starts banging it out with 2 dudes. Her 2 boyfriends.
Does she eventually catch an STD?
No.
How
They're
fucking-
committed to her.
How lucky.
I know. She's blessed.
They're committed to her.
Yeah. What they're committed to is the relationship.
Oh,
Right.
they're in one relationship.
It's one relationship. Yeah. She's sleeping in bed and one's like snuggling her from behind and she's got her arms around the other one. I'm like, that's fire.
Did the dudes ever make out?
I didn't care about that part and I don't remember.
The
They
dudes
both were
never
just
made out?
I think it was, you're like, then I don't want to do it.
That's funny.
But you can't, I mean, Gen Z guys, they're about that bisexual life, you know? They'll just be like, I'll make out with a dude for you. I'll be your two boyfriends. I don't care,
God.
you know?
No, not that I want it to happen. I'm just saying, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of crazy, right? You would have two guys in a bed with you, and they're like literally divided by you in the middle, and they have nothing to do with one another, and they're cool with one another. That's kind of crazy, no?
Yeah, because one was like Mr. Strong, Mr. Fix It, get on your knees, bitch.
And the other one was just a pussy, huh?
Yeah, and it was like, can I help you with the dishes, babe? You know?
Yeah. So basically, but then it takes tolerance on the side of the tough guy.
No, I think it just takes tolerance on the side of society, man. To just like let people do what feels right to them without being judged.
But literally, think about a man who would allow another man in his bed because he understands you. That's like a superhuman. I've never met anyone like this.
So I know poly people all over the place. And
That's
like
really
there's
cool.
like poly people. You know what a polycule is? That's what they made was the original polycule. It's 2 hydrogens, 1 oxygen. Now they're one thing. They're water.
Polycule.
Yeah. So now they're one. And they're their own thing now, right? But like that was the whole point of the movie was like whatever works, man. Do your thing. Get out there. Enjoy life. If you want to love 2 dudes and they're both okay with it, like let's go then. Okay.
That is really cool. You know, there's certain things like fantasies and certain things are like just curiosities. This is definitely not my fantasy, but my curiosity.
And it might go one way or another way eventually. It might end up being like a real thing. The dangerous thing with fantasy, that's my opinion, is that the more you play out each fantasy, the further you want to take the next one. Right?
Okay. So
Like-
what are you saying right now?
Like, so for example, you're a dude, you watch a lot of porn, you see a lot of hot threesomes. You're like, I'm going to have a hot threesome. I'm going to talk to my girlfriend. We're going to work it out. And y'all two have that hot threesome.
and then you start breaking up because you know what
and then you start breaking up. And then you look for something else. Like, what's next? You know?
Well, yeah, eventually you have to break up with some or one of them in order to look for what's next.
Right? Or you're just like, cool, we loved this. Let's have an orgy next. Right? And then you have an orgy next. And then you're like, okay, wasn't that fun? Yeah. And now you're just like in a basement with a ball guy getting whipped by weird people you don't know, you know? And then it gets stranger and stranger. So like, how far do you go?
You think that there is some kind of like bad ending to these things? Like you shouldn't be going past the point of this being your fantasy? You think like if you follow every desire, you're going to get fucked at the end of the day? Really?
I think if you follow every desire, it's like chasing a high, right? Like what if you're just fantasizing about having a threesome with 2 dudes?
And having a boring life, fucking someone who your chemistry is already gone with, right?
Okay. Fine, if that's the only other option you have.
That's typically the option in the
Okay.
life of a normal person.
So then what if it turns out that now, from now on, you can only come when you're with 2 dudes at a time?
That would probably be the case anyway. Just
So like,
because,
then that becomes your thing.
yeah, what if it always was my thing? I just never got to it because technically it's more realistic to do that. And there's more chances, right?
So, in that scenario, you would be someone who would bill yourself as a poly person looking for a bi guy to build out a throuple.
Oh,
Like that's how
God.
that would all kind of come together.
I think everyone's a little poly. It's just like women are a little bisexual.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, I mean, it's variety, right? Like I think that part of being human is being curious and being like, I wonder.
and whether you allow yourself to even go these places or not.
Right. How adventurous you may or may not be probably plays into that, right?
Or like even how much time you have. Because some people are too busy living, paying bills. They don't have time to even think about this. They don't have time to place this kind of stuff in their lives.
Yeah. That's a lot. The whole like swinging lifestyle people, like that's a lot of organization and operational planning time. You're not wrong.
It's insane.
Mhm.
And then like making sure nobody brings you any kind of STD.
Yeah.
Because right? Because if they're trusting you, they're trusting other people, quote unquote.
Yeah. Right.
And that is like, ugh, I really don't like this thought.
Yeah. It's wild. So, what other kinds of relationships do you think you would want? So in your 40s, yeah, you get super duper stupid horny.
Yeah, and I think that's the time to experiment all this stuff. Because in your 20s and your 30s, you're still, if you're not experiencing or trying to pursue some kind of innocent love at that age, I feel like you're a weirdo and pervert. Right? If you're doing this shit at 20 or 30, like there's something wrong with you. But at 40, it's more like, okay, I'm just being curious and I want to try certain things because I feel like I might like it.
Yeah, but like it could also be like exposure too. What if you're 22 and you grew up next door to the swingers club? You know what I mean? And you're just like, shit, man, I've always wanted to come here my whole life. And you get your little driver's license and you go and you're like, damn, I want to be this now. You know? Sure,
that's like saying like, if you've been handled by a gay person, then you have more chances to become gay.
No, I don't think so. Maybe. I don't know. I think that in that scenario, like you could be younger and want to participate in that lifestyle and be older and want to participate in that lifestyle. For the most part, it's older people. It is kind of hilarious how many swingers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's normal. I've never been to a swingers club. Have you?
Oh, that's so funny. Really? How are you this old and never been to a swingers club? It's wild. Yeah.
I just like never had the need. I'm either clicking with someone and we're doing it, or I'm not and we're not doing it and then we're looking for another person.
Yeah.
Like I was never trying to satisfy purely my sexual needs.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's very interesting.
Like I don't have that. My sexual needs come from a mental state. Like if I'm mentally attached or interested in a person, I will have a sexual need with them. If they go away and I don't have an object, I could be dormant for a year or two. I don't give.
Oh, that's so interesting. Yeah, I have a different thing. Mine's like very biological. I get like constipated.
That is
not like constipated for real with poop, but like it feels like that. I mean, my guts. I'm like, I better get laid.
Yeah. So
lose my shit.
This happened to me too. I totally get it, but like that's not what it is on a regular basis. Like it will happen to me once in a blue moon.
Yeah, but that's also like a libido setting, right? Like you could be one of those people that doesn't have a super high libido from Jump Street. You know,
from Jump Street.
From the beginning. From Go.
Sounds like Sesame Street.
Okay. You know Sesame Street?
No, I don't.
I'm so proud.
Jump Street, isn't that a movie?
21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Johnny Depp. It's very good.
Cute.
Well, like the TV show was Johnny Depp.
Right.
That's what I watched on television. On Sunday nights on Fox.
I can't believe that you watched so much television, you know all these references, and you had the time to do everything you've done in your life. Like when?
Yeah.
When?
I never had to work. I never had to forage for food. I never had to keep my parents surviving. Like I don't know. I was privileged, dude. This is America. We're very privileged over here, you know?
That's dope.
I watched so much TV, it was insane. But also, like, kind of neglectful of my parents. They're just like, oh, cool, the TV's on, let's go do our thing, you know? Like, I have a great, like, solid intimacy connection with my parents, like the way the guys from the 40s and 50s did with their kids.
But you guys would have dinners and whatever, right? Yeah, so that's, I feel like, enough time to spend with your parents. I don't think you have to be really, like, entertaining your parents.
Yeah.
You have to be entertaining yourself and growing as a person.
Yeah. So we come home from school, 3:30, get off the bus, get in front of the TV, have dinner at 6, watch the news at 6:30, start watching TV again at 7.
When would you do the homework?
Homework? I did homework on the bus and stuff. Like,
what do you mean on the bus?
Well, I had, I'm smart. It's fine. I'm at home.
So you didn't have a homework coming home?
Not a lot, no.
That's crazy. And until what grade was it the case?
I watched TV every single day of my life until I graduated from high school.
And
The
that was
hardest thing to adjust to in college was not having television.
That's crazy. So you graduated at 17?
Yeah, 87.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the same thing with me. I literally stopped touching TV. I don't even know how to turn on the TV right now.
I know, I've seen it.
I don't right now. Because that was the only time in my life when I was able to watch TV.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have time to sit down and watch TV. I'll watch something in particular if I have to watch it.
Yeah.
On a platform, but like TV. Plus, I don't think that that's the time now. Like, no one has the time. People are mostly on their phones anyway.